broken ribs and all, battling through and woo! And dead trap.
The gate slams open, and in a split second, 1,800 pounds of raw fury explodes into the arena. No mercy, no rules, just pure chaos. For 8 heart-pounding seconds, a cowboy fights to stay on, a brutal showdown between man and beast. Bones snap, helmets shatter, and in the worst case, a cowboy never gets back up again. Today, we're diving into 7 of the most horrifying bull riding disasters ever caught on camera. Starting with the fallen cowboy, Brent Thurman. Now, Thurman was a gifted athlete who had an unstoppable presence as he faced down the fiercest bulls without flinching. But on December 11th, 1994, even his legendary composure wouldn't be enough as he faced a 2,000-pound monster named Red Wolf. The chute swung open and the arena erupted. Thurman held firm, gripping with precision until the instant everything went wrong. Bucked off violently, his hand tangled up in the bull rope and it dragged him straight underneath Red Wolf's hooves. Now the crowd was shocked. This wasn't just a fall, this was a death trap. The bull's crushing weight came down on his head and neck with brute force. He went limp instantly. Medical teams rushed in, but the damage was catastrophic. Thurman was alive, but only barely. The doctors fought to keep him breathing, but the battle was lost before it even began. 6 days later, the sport lost one of its greatest icons. But if Brent's death wasn't enough to shake the sport to its core, what happened next nearly brought it to its knees. Because this time, it lost a legend. Lane Frost wasn't just another cowboy, he was destined for greatness. He had unparalleled expertise in the sport due to his skill, unmatched charisma, and fearless spirit. Well, then came July 30th, 1989 in Cheyenne, Wyoming. The Cheyenne Frontier Days Rodeo was going down. Now that day, Lane faced a powerful bull named Taking Care of Business. He rode flawlessly, sticking it out for 8 full seconds. The buzzer sounded, the crowd erupted, he had done it, but for the bull, well, that game was still on. As Lane tried to dismount, the beast spun around and slammed him into the dirt. But that impact was nothing compared to what followed. Now that bull went full throttle, hitting Lane in the back with its right horn and pushing him against the muddy arena floor. Now, the impact of that hit was so hard that it snapped his ribs like twigs, causing massive internal injuries. Now, even though Lane stood up and took a couple steps, he ended up collapsing into the dirt and marking the end of a remarkable life of a rider. Now, Lane's death shook the entire rodeo world, but it also changed it forever. Because of him, protective vests became mandatory. But in a game this deadly, there ain't no shield strong enough, no safeguard sure enough, and the fate of Mason Lowe is proof of the horror that awaits. Mason was one of the brightest young stars in the PBR circuit, and due to his aggressive, fearless riding style, many believed he was destined for a world championship. But on January 15, 2019, everything changed. That night at the National Western Stock Show in Denver, Lowe faced a bull named Hard Times, and that name couldn't have been more fitting. The chute opened, the bull exploded into motion, thrashing violently, Lowe hanging on for dear life, battling for control, but after just a couple seconds, he was ripped from the beast's back and slammed into the dirt. Now, before he could escape, 1,500 pounds of raw power came crashing down on his chest so hard that it ended up tearing it to pieces and completely destroying his heart, his valve, and his aorta. Now, amazingly, Lowe staggered to his feet. He tried to walk out of the arena, but after just a couple of steps, he collapsed. Now, the crowd fell silent and medical teams rushed in. Now, he was immediately transported to Denver Health Medical Center, but the injuries were just too severe for him to make it, and he passed away. And Lowe's death was a devastating loss for the bull riding community. Now, for some riders, the price of bull riding is their very lives. For others, it's something just as harrowing, the shattering of everything they've built, every dream that they've chased. And few embody this cruel fate more than Bonner Bolton. Bolton was a rodeo legend, having the skill, swagger, and guts to take on the nastiest bulls in the sport. But in an instant, all that changed. On January 10, 2016, at the PBR Velocity Tour event in Chicago, Bolton drew a bull named Cowboy Up. Now, Bolton delivered a flawless 8-second ride, proving once again why he was one of the best. Yeah, but for the bull, the match wasn't over yet. As Bonner was dismounting, the bull lurched violently, launched him into the air so hard that he landed headfirst, breaking his C2 vertebrae and leaving his body completely paralyzed. Bolton was immediately rushed to the hospital as everybody believed he was done for, and even if he lived, he wasn't going to be able to move. But miraculously, he regained sensation in his body just a couple days later, leaving the doctors completely stunned. With the possibility of a full recovery, he underwent spinal fusion surgery and months of grueling rehab, which enabled him to walk again. But his bull riding career, over, and his spirit was crushed, and his fearlessness was just beaten out of him. But if y'all think this is the worst fate a cowboy can endure, then you are mistaken. Because what comes next will make you wonder if a swift death would have been a mercy. I'm talking about Tough Headman, another rodeo legend infamous for facing the beast no cowboy wanted to meet, Bodacious. Now this wasn't just any bull, it's an 1,800-pound walking nightmare fuel whose explosive whip-like kicks had shattered more riders than any bull before him. Tough had already ridden Bodacious before, but on October 18, 1995, during the PBR World Finals in Las Vegas, their final showdown turned into a bloodbath. The gate swung open, and in a heartbeat, Bodacious did what he did best, jerked his head back with bone-crushing force. Now that impact was brutal. In less than a second, Tough's entire face was shattered, his jaw, nose, and eye sockets were crushed, and he was bleeding profusely. Now this guy didn't just fall, he took the full force of a wrecking ball straight to the face. Yet somehow, through sheer willpower, he walked out of the arena on his own 2 feet. But the damage was worse than anybody realized. Doctors worked on him for 13 grueling hours, piecing his face back together with 6 titanium plates. Now, Tough's wreck was one of the worst in PBR history and marked the end of his career as a rider. Now, despite that, he came back as a mentor, a promoter, and an ambassador for the sport, proving that even a brush with death ain't enough to keep a bull rider away. And nobody embodied that relentless obsession more than J.B. Mooney. A 2-time PBR world champion and one of the greatest bull riders of all time, Mooney built his legacy on pure grit. He took on the nastiest, most feared beast without hesitation or fear. But that fearlessness ended up costing him more than he could ever think. In September 2023, at the Lewiston Roundup Division II Extreme Bulls event, Mooney faced a bull named Arctic Assassin. Now, the moment he was bugged off, disaster struck as he was slammed into the dirt so hard that his neck crashed on impact. Well, medics rushed in, and moments later, Mooney was on his way to the hospital, where the doctors did what they could to stabilize his injury, but the verdict was final. The career of one of the greatest bull riders ever was over. But nothing was gonna erase what he achieved. He fought harder than anybody, taking on the most brutal rides and never backing down. He was lucky. He got a second chance and walked away with his life. But not every rider is granted that mercy. Some never get to retire, some never get to walk away. For them, one wrong move is a death sentence. Now that's exactly what sealed the fate of Amadeo Silva. Now some bull riders chase greatness, but Silva was built for it. At just 22 years old, he'd already made it to the 2020 PBR World Finals, proving to the world that he had what it took to stand among the greats. But on August 29, 2021, at the PBR Velocity Tour event in Fresno, California, the cruelty of fate struck him full force. The gate swung open and Silva's ride was strong, until it wasn't when disaster struck. His spur got caught up in the bull rope, trapping him in a deadly position. Before he could break free, the bull bucked violently, pulling him under. Now he was completely helpless, knowing that his fate was sealed. Well, then came the final blow as the bull's hoof came crashing down directly on his chest, causing him deadly injuries. The medics rushed him to Community Regional Medical Center, but the injuries were too severe, and there wasn't a man alive that was going to walk out of that. So Silva, a rising star, a rider with limitless potential, was gone. The PBR community mourned his loss, remembering him as a bull rider with a lot of promise, but his tragic death served as a brutal reminder. No matter how talented, how fearless, or how well-trained a rider is, bull riding ain't never safe. Every time a cowboy nods his head in that chute, he's rolling the dice with his life. Yeah, sure, safety equipment is improved, and absolutely riders train harder than ever before. But that risk ain't going away, and that's what makes PBR so great.